Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the show we call Just Keeping It Funky. Of course, I am your host, Sir Funky Dizzle is in the house. Listen, man, I know I've been gone for a while, man. Priorities kicking. I got stuff I gotta do, but trust and believe. One thing about me is I don't leave you guys hanging. I always come back with the juice, with the scoop, with the moves that I make. Even though I said I was about to start making moves in silence, but I'm just at this point, I'm trying to make power moves. You dig what I'm saying, player? Because first things first, to be a millionaire, you can't have a minimum wage work ethic. I've read that somewhere. I seen that somewhere. And I thought to myself, I said, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe some of the stuff that I'm doing may or may not pay off. But at the end of the day, I can at least say to myself, wake up every day and say, you know what? I did that. I can wake up every day and say, you know what? I accomplished that goal. Whether it was good, bad, whatever the turnout may be, I can still say I'm proud of myself at the end of the day. So let's get into it. First things first. I know everybody's talking about it. I've seen it. I've heard the tracks. I'm saying to myself, why? Now, I ain't going to lie to you. They want to know we at the job, we discussed on the whole Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj, controversy and all that good stuff right there. Me personally, unless Nicki Minaj comes back with a diss, and when I say come back, I mean she come back with something that's like, you know what I'm saying, like hit you right in the gut that you be like, you know what, I can't even stand. She hit you like a Muhammad Ali like body shot or something to the point where you just gotta just go down and be like, ain't no coming back. You won, bruh. You got this one. If she don't come back with something like that, she's officially gonna take that L. Now, speaking myself, I'm not really a big Nicki Minaj fan, and I am not going to lie to you. Me personally, they've built Nicki Minaj up to be such a pop star that she can't, her diss records are trash. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I ain't even going to lie to you. Her diss records are trash. Roman's Revenge, iffy. The only good thing that Joan had was Lil Wayne, not Lil Wayne, but Eminem was on the track. Everybody remember the song Stupid Hoe, right? Terrible. I said, that's a terrible diss song. I said, you out of all people should have not have made that song. Like, what goes through the minds of these people in their camp and their management? You know what I'm saying? Like, what goes through their mind? Just say, yeah, son, that song was fire, bro. That song was good, man. Hey, put that Joan out. I couldn't be in there. I couldn't be in the room when she made songs like Stupid Hoe. Because I'd be like, hey, Nicki. That's the best you can do. You're trying to body somebody's career, and this is the best you can do? This song sucks. Get back in the studio and write some bars, man. Like some serious bars. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I don't personally know how the whole Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj joke. They said Nicki Minaj been throwing shots at her. Remy been gone for like ever. You know what I'm saying? She been gone forever. 8 years. Now, the only problem that I have with Remy Ma, that Sheether, that body, the whole beef. That's basically like Nas and Jay-Z. Jay-Z came out with the Takeover. Nas came out with Ether. Jay-Z couldn't top that ever since. But Sheether came out, bodied her. It wasn't the most lyrical song, like I said before. It wasn't the most lyrical song. But it was basically getting to the point of what a diss track is. A diss track is basically you taking shots, you're aiming. You know what I'm saying? You're basically bodying them line by line. And she said some disrespectful stuff on that song. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But then she came out with another track called Another One. Personally, myself, for Remy Ma, like I said, it ain't no disrespect or nothing like that. I think you should have just took Sheether and ran with it before you put out another one. Like, at this point, she's basically baiting Nicki Minaj. She's basically saying, I'm going to keep putting out tracks until you respond. I'm going to keep going at you until you come at me. I think personally she should have waited. Sheether already got everybody on their toes. Basically saying like, oh, they was like, oh. Like, they was like, son, Nicki, she just, like, everybody was like, Nicki, she just straight, like, bodied you, son. Like, you like, son. Like, that joint made you lose your mind, though. Exactly. That's one of them diss tracks. Because you ain't heard a diss track like that in forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't really pay attention to too many diss tracks nowadays. Because diss records nowadays aren't what they used to be like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When Ether first came out. You know what I'm saying? When Hit 'Em Up and Who Shot You? You know, Dollars and Cents when DJ Quick was going to MC8. Even No Vaseline. Ice Cube was going to NWA. Them songs was just taking direct shots. Nowadays, this track, they just be putting out songs. You know what I'm saying? They just be putting out songs and they throwing like, you know, little sub hints like, oh, who is it about? Like, oh, who is it? Like, nah, this track back then, they calling people out by names. I don't like you here. I don't like you right there. You fake. F you. All that. They just doing it. Simple as that. But the whole point I'm trying to tell you is she should have waited. With Sheether, she should have just went on and waited. She should have when she put out Sheether, she should have said, okay, we're going to see if Nicki going to respond. Not respond on Instagram, not respond on social media, not respond here and there. No, we talking about she respond, like literally respond with a song. That way that can determine whether you should write another song or not. You put out another one that was basically like, yeah, you went from Sheether to another one. It was like, another one was real iffy. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was real iffy. That's why I was like, I wouldn't really, go through all that. I wouldn't really put that track out. You know, even with like Papoose, I know Papoose should have just been like, nah, babe, like real talk, just don't even go in. Like, you buy it on Sheether. If she want to come at you, come at you. But you said what you had to say and you kept it moving. Because, you know, that's easy. Simple as that. But after a while, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's basically going to be like, it's basically going to be like the Drake and Meek Mill situation. Meek Mill actually dirty, though. I mean, I wouldn't say he's dirty, though, because I seen a lot of people talking about some, oh, Meek Mill petty. They seen a video, he was laughing in the car. He was laughing in the car listening to the diss track. You know, how is that petty? They broke up. You know, most of the times, when you break up with your girl, or you break up with your dude, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be petty. 9 times out of 10. You know, I'm going to keep it walking if I break up with somebody, but not everybody thinks that way. Some people just say, you know what, screw it. You know, time we're going to be petty and we're going to just do it like that. But at the same time, you got to think about it. The whole point I'm trying to make and everything I want to say is like, I'm just saying is, at this point, I don't think Nicki Minaj is going to make a comeback. Ever since, and I agree with somebody, I was like, ever since she broke up with Safari, ever since she got with Meek Mill, she hasn't really recorded anything anyway. Y'all remember when Nicki Minaj first came out, she was dropping records and albums back to back. Like, she was on everybody's stuff, back to back. Now it's like, she don't even do nothing. She just be sitting back like, yeah. Okay, just collecting her fame, though. But I don't know. Nicki, that's on you. Whatever you decide to do, if you do come at Remy, it gotta be something hard though. Otherwise, this beef is pretty much over. Set in stone. We all, I meet all y'all at the cemetery. Got the tombstone in the coffin. Reading the obituary. Here lies Nicki Minaj's career. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to switch on over to a different topic. Now, I reached into my bag of tricks. No, I haven't released anything good yet. But there is a new podcast in the works. For all those that do support Just Keeping It Funky, there is a new podcast in the works. I don't have a title. I don't have a release date. It may come in the summertime of 2017. It may come in the fall of 2017, even in the wintertime. It might come early 2018 if that's the route I have to go. But I do want to let y'all know there is a new podcast. Now, talking to somebody was like, for my fans. He always said that he was like, for your fans, you gotta give something for your fans. I know doing Just Keeping It Funky radio, this is, daytime commercial radio. This is basically like what Russ Parr and Donnie Simpson do here in D.C. But I feel like, I got to get down and dirty and get real grimy with it. So I got to take my talents to more like late night effort. More explicit content. Where y'all get to really see Sir Funkness run wild. So I'm going to put all that in the works. I'm going to see, what's the first episode and all that stuff. Coming up with a name of it. And all that good stuff. I'm going to let you guys know. When things, I'm just going to keep y'all in the loop. When things do officially pop off. Like I said, I'm going to let y'all know. Alright? That's cool. I got y'all. Don't worry about that. Now, the real point of why I made this episode today, man, basically this is my new motto going into 2017 and probably going forward. It's basically we killing the game. Which means, you know what I'm saying? You your own trendsetter. You your own motivation. Just like when I came out last year with Operation Summer Body. I ain't say, get no personal trainer. Nothing like that. I mean, be your own motivation. And to that, the same thing is like killing the game. Be your own motivation. Do something great means, literally, go out here and do something great. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you want to do. I'm trying to make 4 or 5 things pop off at one time while still living my regular life. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I don't like my situation at my job. I'm going to keep it all the way funky with you. But instead of me sitting back and complaining about that for the last couple of weeks, even the last couple of months, trying to change that. That's the only way, that's the only thing I can do. I can't keep going to my job saying, I hate this place. They not paying me enough. They not doing this. They not doing that. They ain't paying me. I ain't paying me. I can't keep whining about it if I ain't about to change nothing about it. You feel what I'm saying? It's no sense to keep whining and complaining about it if you ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's one thing I hate. Yeah, my job is boring. I go to my job every day, do the same thing, and still don't get no recognition. Instead of me getting recognition and appreciation about things, they pointing the fingers. They pointing fingers at me half of the time. Or, I gotta be the dude that walk around, keep a smile on my face while everything going wrong. But that, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. I just gotta change my situation. I can't sit right here and complain about that. Now, like I said, me personally, when it comes to finding jobs, I'm not a dude that's sticking in one field. I'm a man of different opportunities. I'm just keeping it all the way real. At 23, like I said, I'm 23. I turn 24 next month. At 23, you gotta start thinking of the big picture rather than it's just another job.